Hi, my name is Michael Atman with Iconasys. Today we're going to be doing a walkthrough of how to set up your LED studio lighting kit. We're first going to start with the light stands here. Basically what you're going to see when you get these out of the box is they are positioned like this. So we're going to unloosen this hand screw and we're going to extend so that we have a solid base. And we can tighten that just by screwing back this hand screw. Next thing that we're going to see is that the connector for the light is at a 90-degree angle. We're going to want to unscrew that and place it vertical. Just like this, and we will screw that back in. We will then grab our light, and this will essentially mount onto this screw here. So you're going to want to loosen this hand screw, drop it on the light, and then screw it back on. And that will provide a secure mount for the light. Now the light stand can be raised. There's 3 different brackets here that you can loosen and raise accordingly. They're air cushioned, so you might feel a little bit of tension when you're trying to push it back down. Alright, so once we have our light connected to the light stand, we're going to see this little mount here. And this is basically a protector for the actual LED module that's inside the light. If you look on this side here, you're going to see a little open. And what that's going to do is release the lock. So if you pull it back towards you, you'll be able to pull off the light protector. Now with your purchase, you would have got 2 different light mounts. Each of these will fit inside. Let's first go with this one right here. And what this is going to do, and majority of customers won't need to use this, but basically to connect it, you're going to position it inside and you're going to twist, I guess it would be counterclockwise, and you'll feel it kind of lock. And essentially what this is going to do, this light modifier here is really for a kind of concentrated light. Again, majority of customers are going to use the softbox that it comes with. And then to use that, we're going to take a look at that other light. So to remove this, again, we're going to use the same kind of mount here. We're going to slide that back, twist it towards us, and then remove it. Now we're going to walk through setting up the softbox, and we'll be able to connect that to this light. Essentially, what's going to happen is we're going to mount the softbox to this piece, and after we've mounted that, the whole softbox itself will mount on right here, and we'll twist it. Let's get started with the softbox. So now we're ready to get started with the softbox mounting. We're going to take this lighting bracket, the softbox, the 4 softbox connecting rods, and the diffusion sheet. You will also see there's one more diffusion sheet. This is a second internal diffuser. Likely it's not going to be required, but we can walk through and show how it's going to be set up if required. So the first thing that we'll want to do here is we're going to place this piece inside of the actual softbox itself. And typically how we'll do this is lay the softbox flat on its back. We're going to take the metal piece essentially so that it's facing out, and it's going to sit in this middle part here. And what we're going to do is you're going to see that out of these rods, one of them is a little bit different. It's got a circle end. This is going to be the last piece that we put in. It's also got a little slider part here, so just keep this one for last. All the other 3 pieces are identical. We're going to start placing those into the actual light mount and then into the ends of the softbox. We will take the thick piece, that is again the thicker end, and we'll place that into the actual light modifier itself. And we're going to slide that through these actual kind of mount holes inside of the actual softbox. And they're going to go into the, it's probably a bit hard to see here, but they're going to go into the back end, and it should really just kind of look like this. Again, going through kind of the light guide, or the pole guides in the softbox. And we're going to connect it into this end here. Again, the thicker end of the piece this one into this end here. So we're going to do that for 3 pieces here. And the way that I like to do it is kind of going at a diagonal. So I'll start with this piece here. The next one I do, I will kind of go kind of across at directly opposite. And we'll connect it into this end here. And then we kind of have to pull it tight. And get it into the kind of light modifier. So there you can see we have 2 connected. Next one that we're going to do is the 3rd one. And then one thing I should point out, you're going to see one of these little connectors looks a little bit different. The connector part that kind of has a circle on it, that's going to be for the final piece that we put in. So just kind of wait on adding that part there. So here will be our 3rd. We're going to kind of go through the same. What I like to do is slide it backwards. And then into the mount here, and then pull it tight and connect it. So there we go, we have 3, and this will be our 4th piece. Again, it's going to be the piece with that circle end on it. We're going to kind of go about this the same way, sliding it in, and this circle piece will actually connect to the softbox mount, whereas just kind of the smaller end will go into this black part right here. And there we go, we have our softbox, and as you can see it's a little bit off right here. So what we probably want to do is just kind of twist it a little bit. And actually one thing you can see there, I did miss this part right here. So I'm going to pull it out and make sure it goes through this guide mount. Connected in that part there. Now we have it connected for our light. So everything looks pretty good there. The last thing that we're going to do is go ahead and kind of do up these Velcro straps at the back, and that will eliminate any light leakage out the back. So there we have it there. What we're going to do is grab the light here, and we're going to mount this piece to the actual light. And what we're going to look for is the 3 kind of edge pieces here, and that's going to go into the 3 pieces that kind of correspondingly mount on the actual light itself. We're going to pop it in. Then we're going to twist it away from myself. And then it looks pretty good there. Now what we can do is actually slide it around on here to kind of make it straight. So there we go, we've set up the light to the mount, as you can see. And then we'll start looking at the diffusers, and let me just move this back just a tad. And what we're going to see with the diffusers is, again, we have 2 diffuser options. Well, not options, but a second one that you can add. This one here with the metal clasps, that's the internal diffuser. And you're going to see there is kind of some bungee kind of cord inside of here, and using these metal straps you can kind of attach this and it would look something like this, but obviously stretched out. We're not going to use this We're just going to use the single diffuser here. And this you will line up accordingly, and there's some Velcro on the actual diffuser itself as well as on the softbox. And you're just going to drape this over top, connecting the Velcro at each location. You just kind of want to make sure it's a bit snug there, and that looks good to go. So we have our light and softbox mounted. Our next step will be to power on the light and kind of discuss the lighting and the dimming options as well. So now that we've got our light set up here, what we're going to want to do is power it on. We can obviously do so with a power cord here. We're going to take the kind of the female end of the power, and we're going to see on the other side. Let me just move around. In the bottom, you're going to see where we can plug this end in. And just moving the light towards the camera here, what we're going to see is a simple on-off switch. I will turn that on. We're going to see it will emit some light here. And you're going to see a value here. That value currently is at 10. So these lights are entirely dimmable. If you can see, if we hold this plus button, it'll be between a value of 99 and a value of 10 for the lowest dimming. And just to kind of show you that here, facing the light towards the camera, this is currently at 10. And just holding on the plus button, that's going to increase to 99. And basically you're going to find kind of an optimal value. We do provide a setup guide, kind of a lighting guide that will kind of discuss the values that we suggest to be used. Another thing that you're going to find inside your package is a remote. These will require 2 AAA batteries, which are not included, but 2 AAA batteries. And what you'll be able to do is remotely control the dimming if required. Again, there's some setup guide in your package that you would have received, but if you have any questions, let us know. You do get your free technical support, and we are always here to help our customers to ensure that they create the best quality images they can. Again, my name is Michael with Iconasys. We thank you for your time and for coming on board as a customer, and happy shooting. Thank you.